Today, we begin our program with a legend well known to both European and Turkish travelers. The story, of course, takes place in Istanbul, the favored capital of empires. Centuries ago, in a magnificent palace overlooking the shimmering waters of the Bosphorus, there lived a king admired throughout the land for his wisdom and justice. Yet those who knew him best remembered him not for his power, but for the boundless love he held for his only daughter. She was a princess of extraordinary beauty, whose grace was said to rival the first light of dawn dancing upon the Bosphorus, while her smile carried the warmth of spring itself. One day, an old fortune-teller arrived at the royal court and whispered a dreadful prophecy into the king's ear. No matter how carefully the princess was protected, she was destined to die from the bite of a snake. The prophecy struck the king's heart with overwhelming fear. Determined to defy fate itself, he ordered the construction of a tower upon a lonely rocky islet just off the coast of Salakak, surrounded by the waters of the Bosphorus. Rising proudly above the waves, the tower would serve as both a home and a sanctuary, where his beloved daughter could live safely, far from every danger the world could offer. The princess spent her days in the tower, watching the endless horizon, the soaring seagulls, and the ever-changing beauty of Istanbul. Though separated by the sea, the king never allowed a day to pass without reminding her of his love. At regular intervals, boats carried baskets filled with fresh fruit, delicious food, and thoughtful gifts to the tower. Every basket was more than a delivery. It was a silent message from a devoted father to the daughter he cherished beyond measure. But fate has a way of finding even the safest refuge. One day, unnoticed by everyone, a small snake slipped into one of the fruit baskets sent to the tower. As the princess opened the basket, the hidden serpent emerged and struck. Despite every effort to save her, the prophecy came true. The king's greatest fear had become reality, and his beloved daughter passed away.
Hey everyone, welcome back! By the way, the legend of the king's daughter ended very sadly. But today, we are talking about Istanbul's absolute superstar, the Maiden's Tower. Look at her. Elegant, poetic, floating peacefully on the Bosphorus. A total romantic icon, right? Well, what if I told you this tower was basically the ultimate freelancer of history? Over the last 2,500 years, she has been a customs office, a fortress, a lighthouse, a radio station, a poison storage facility, and, wait for it, a plague hospital. Let's rewind to 410 BC. The Athenians built the very first checkpoint right on these rocks to collect taxes from passing ships. Basically, no tax, no transit, buddy. Fast forward to the Byzantine era. Emperor Manuel Komnenos stretches a massive heavy chain from the tower all the way to the mainland. Why? To block unwanted ships from sneaking in. Talk about extreme security. Then comes 1453. Sultan Mehmed the Conqueror takes over, rebuilds the tower out of stone, and packs it with cannons. Every evening, Ottoman military bands would play music from the tower, and on special holidays, boom, they fired cannons just to celebrate. Now here is the plot twist nobody expects. In 1831, a massive cholera outbreak hit the world. Sultan Mahmud II looked at this isolated island tower and said, "I have an idea." They turned the Maiden's Tower into a quarantine hospital. Patients suffering from cholera and plague were treated right here in the middle of the sea. And guess what? It actually worked. It kept the deadly epidemics from spreading into the rest of Istanbul. So yes, before it was a fancy spot for tea, it was literally saving the city from the Black Death. Defensive fort, lighthouse, life-saving hospital, and romantic legend. Is there anything this tower hasn't done? Can you guess what the Maiden's Tower is used for today? A luxury restaurant that is one of the most popular spots for marriage proposals. If you could spend 24 hours locked in the Maiden's Tower, would you do it? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more crazy history stories. See you next time!